Welcome to WROL Broadcast. This is the Meta Report with Hate Mail, and today I have with me Kage and Loot. Today we're going to be talking about Ghul, everyone's new favorite character, and Loot. I'm sorry, Kage. Have you had a chance to gear him out yet and play him?
No, I haven't. I have him like Gear 7, and he doesn't really interest me enough to actually touch.
All right, well, Loot, I know you've geared him. You played a ton of matches. Why don't you give us your feedback on him?
Yeah, so I geared him. I leveled him up to 71. I fully skilled him out. He is L4, and for his legendary, the skills that I made legendary were 1, 2, 3, and 5. I skipped 4. So the reason why I did this is because I was playing Showdown, and I really wanted to win, and to win, you really need to use all the bonus tunes. So I used them. I struggled. It was really not fun. His skills are really mediocre. He's a conditional damage dealer, meaning he's got to have a silence on the enemy to deal any sort of damage, and the damage that he does put out for his big hit skill, which I believe is skill 3, really doesn't hit very hard. So totally underwhelmed. His leader skill is, for me, kind of useless. I don't really care if a lot of my characters get silenced, because
you act like you're facing a
so
tribe of teams that only use their basic anyway.
Exactly. Every team out there, if you're facing Atrocitus and they have Wonder Girl and whoever else might be on that team, you're never getting hit with anything other than a basic anyway. So maybe in the future, I don't know. Maybe if the meta change is like really significant, or maybe there's some new skills that might come out, I don't know. Something would have to change for me to want to use him.
I have found that the third ability does hit halfway decent if it crits. If it crits, it seems to do good damage, which that plus 60% should do more, but it really doesn't seem to. On Steppenwolf teams, I find it works decent. His leader, I've seen one of our Patreon members, 2Dtron, he posted some videos where it had a little bit of potential. I mean, it wouldn't be an ideal team, but for kind of messing around, it's kind of fun. I was able to get him to work using B12, Ocean Master. B12 is Brainiac. Ocean Master, Roz, and then just any kind of tank. And that seemed to work okay. I mean, it wasn't a fantastic team, and matches lasted a long time. I was using Penguin, so I have some video of that. That team, it took forever to kill anybody, but it was very hard to. It was very hard for them to kill me. And one thing I will give Roz, the one great thing about him is he can take a beating.
Oh yeah,
he can soak damage.
Yeah, I went up against him using Batgirl and Clayface, and you know how Batgirl can one-shot almost any blue in the game. I couldn't take him down.
Yeah, he does. Really, I mean, I've taken a shot to the face from Higher Gun Deadshot and not died, which amazed me.
So I can tell you at level 71, gear 11, he's got 35,000 HP.
He has 37,000 at level 80.
37,000. How does that stack up against, I don't know, another tanky tune?
Donna Troy.
Okay, yeah. How does that stack up against Donna?
My Donna Troy's rebirthed. So she has...
I think she's got 38k, 39.
She's got 39 with just rebirth. So yeah, he's got almost as much as her without being rebirth.
Right.
He's got a ton of health.
And is that L5?
Yeah, mine's L580.
L5. Okay.
You kind of have to be rebirthed to. Oh, you're talking about Ross. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, my Donna Troy is L5 rebirth 1 level 80. And she's 28 plus 11, so she's a little over 40. She's a little over 40.
Wow, that's pretty... I was just looking at my characters, and I rebirthed Harley Quinn to level 2. I was just curious to see how much health does she have. She doesn't really have a lot.
She doesn't need it.
21,000 base plus another 7,600. So,
but she doesn't
way
need it
less.
because of the evasions, so that's kind of her
Yeah.
mitigation.
Way less help.
So for legendary order for Roz, what would you recommend?
All right, let me bring him up one more time. It's just
I
fishing
personally
around.
like, while you're looking, a lot of people are saying take his 1 first, but I don't see any advantage to the men's personally, because I know that will allow him to get more turn meter on his 2, but I typically want to try to silence somebody and then use his 3. If I'm building a team, I want to build it around that. That's kind of been my go-to, and I was using I ran a few Deathstroke teams. He does fit pretty well in that, especially since he can revive and gain that death immunity.
Right. I don't have that skill legendary. Were you able to get him to res successfully?
Yeah, he has resed. Actually, and I had bad RNG, but with 50%, he has resed a few times. I would say the majority of the times it seems like he's resed.
Well, that's good. So then maybe that skill's... Maybe I shouldn't have passed that one up.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was originally going to go 3-1-2-4-5, but I almost think because you almost want him there for the tankiness, and your 2 is never going to kill anyone, I think I'm going to update my order to 3-4-1-2-5 or 3-1-2 or 3-1-4-2-5. One of those two. I mean, the 1 is still useful, especially if you're running an Atrocitus team, but 70% of extra damage on minimal damage is really not that much.
Correct.
So I really think I might actually go 3-4-1-2-5. His leadership is probably the most useless because you're rarely going to run that. I mean, even if you're using the silence and you want to play that style, the agility down really doesn't do anything for you anyway.
No, it really doesn't. I made that skill legendary first because I needed a leader.
I do.
And it just kills me using a leader that doesn't have a leader skill. Yeah, I really laid it on in Showdown. I wanted to win. I wanted to win bad. So I did whatever it took. It's like the commercial, a different genre because it's Marvel, but like whatever it takes.
Well, I was starting, I haven't done a ton of them, but I was trying to mess around with some Clayface teams for the silence. And then there's Wonder Woman, Princess of Temerskia, whatever people love.
Dude, you can never get that right.
I know.
I just call her Princess of Time because I can't pronounce it.
So that's, so those are some teams you can mess around with. If you're limited on resources and you're looking for a strong character, Roz is not for you. So I will say that he doesn't bring really anything special to the table. He's not that particularly great. He's kind of a C level, C- tune in my mind. But
which really kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
Because
he's
the paywall.
Well, and he should, Ra's al Ghul is like such a powerful character in the DC universe.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, ever since Deathstroke and Lobo, the only characters that are allowed to be super strong are female characters. So
it seems that way.
So what's one of the new characters coming? Miss Marvel, Mary Marvel.
I hope she's good.
She's gonna be OP
Mary.
because that's just how it goes. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for tuning into the Meta Report. We do want to tell the audience that we are chewing on ideas because we've had a lot of people request. They kind of miss some of the formatting of We Are Legends. They like having a weekly consistent podcast, and they like having the guests and us talking about characters a little more. So now that we've kind of broken up with Ion, there'll be more on that in a later episode, but we're not playing that as much. We want to kind of go back to some type of theme, so stay tuned. We're still working on that. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do that. I know a lot of people don't really like Kage, so we don't have a replacement for him. And then I've also gained a large amount of haters, and then also DP, who wants to be part of the show. He's got a very limited time schedule, so we're trying to work out timing. He's also got a weird erotic love affair with Discord, which everyone complains about the sound quality. So we still got some things we're hammering out, but we expect to kind of start that in the relative near future. So hopefully soon. So anyways.
So we're looking at replacing the whole cast.
Exactly. So we're trying to find a new cast for you guys. One that is more agreeable, free-to-play friendly, and, isn't it an owl? 'Cause Owl's getting some heat right now, too. So anyway, till next time, guys. Did you like the show? Consider becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/WRRRlegends for more information.
Thanks for listening. You're not going to say anything?
We are legends.